I have to rehome cats, for example. I breed cats and I love all of them. But when they're done breeding, I have to find a new home for them. And of course
Yes.
I want to keep my pet, but I know that they can't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
it's basically, I don't want to cause meaningless destruction, so I'm
Oh,
going
I
to
see.
actively suppress my emotions. It's sort of like that.
Yeah, like I see,
Oh,
and like what I do, like the cat thing, I keep them as pets and I breed them and then I have to rehome them. There are people who can't do that because they are not TI, so they have to stop because they have kept too many cats. They are not able to let go because of their feelings.
oh, I see.
Yeah, so I still have the
Oh,
same feeling, but I also have TI overrunning the feeling.
oh, yeah. I have the same thing. I could do that. I could overrun with TI
Yeah, and
my
everyone
feelings.
can, but
Yeah,
you're more likely to choose something different.
I'm more likely to choose feelings. Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We all have the same things, just different choices.
I see. Makes sense. Does make sense. Okay. Well, this guy seemed very aggressive. So if someone's aggressive, then I go and do the offensive. I go on offensive,
Who's
and
aggressive?
no,
Eric.
the guy, the INTJ guy
Oh.
that I had met in school. But at times, we kind of were okay at times, but at times we really heated it up. And we were like, he said he was abused for 15 years by parents, but I watch a lot of those documentaries and I see like a lot of the times killers, like serial killers, that speak about this. It's called the virtuous psychopath. They would speak about this idea. They'd be like, oh, well, I was abused for 15 years, but clearly they're proven to be liars in the end by lie detector tests and psychologists. So it kind of confuses me whenever somebody says something like that. So, yeah. And just the idea behind, well, I kind of noticed he was kind of alike, which was kind of cool as well. But, when somebody gets offensive, like, I don't know what you guys do. Like, how daring are you in general when somebody tries to, like, trample your life or, like, go on heavy manipulation? Do you guys get offended by it or not really?
I do. You're gonna have to give me an example.
If there's no
Okay.
tangible evidence that they're being manipulative, then I
Right.
detach myself and don't give them an explanation and don't talk to them ever again. But if there is tangible evidence, then I confront them on it and then I proceed to never talk to them again.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, well, for example, the person is playing on your empathy, but he's being manipulative on the other side of you. And he told you he's a straight up psychopath, and technically he is a
Oh.
psychopath because he doesn't show emotions. And it's
I'm
hard.
highly sensitive to being manipulated. I suspect that someone is manipulating me, even if they're not.
It doesn't
It's
get
like
very
that.
far usually.
Okay. Do you have this highly sensitive vibe as well? For example, like, that time when you come to school and you really want to be liked by your teacher, that you kind of confront your teacher eyes to eyes? Are you so sensitive that your eyes start to like open up like this and you're like trying to feel out the moment, or well, not really feel out the moment, but you just get very anxious looking into other people's eyes, that you could kind of show aggression with interest?
I have historically had trouble making eye contact with people.
Yeah, historically. Okay. Yeah.
I can do it more now, but it's still.
Yeah. You kind of, yeah, I get it. But it's still pretty hard, right? At times.
Kind of like sometimes it feels like if I do it, I'm kind of being aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
almost or I don't want to weird people out by making too much eye contact. Almost, I could just stare them down like for like 20 minutes straight. Like it's either like too much or too little.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not but you don't want to usually come up to the teacher and speak to them. Like
No, not usually.
generally, I want to avoid a lot of human conversation. generally talking to, sometimes it's like I'm mostly the ghost kind of guy in class. I kind
It
of want to
depends.
be in my thoughts and, you know,
learned-
use.
I've learned to kind of drum up like a little bit of a camaraderie, I guess, among my peers. Like you have to do like you kind of have to like work the room at least once, basically talk to each person in a friendly manner at least once, and then even if you never talk to them again, they'll remember you as that guy who wasn't too bad. Like
Yeah, true.
so
Like
you don't
I would
want
come in
anyone. You don't want to
class.
be on anyone's bad side if you're not going to talk to them more. Like you just, I don't know. That's the way I look at it.
I see. That's a good way to look at it as well. Like when I come to class and I go and make eye contact with my ENTJ teacher, especially knowing he's a ENTJ, I have like psychosis building up in my eyes and my brain, and then I'm trying to be respectful, but he sees that I have like a murderous look on my face, and that's, I don't know if anyone has that, but that's how strong
That
the
happened with my Psych 101 teacher. I told him I'm sick of being the only fucking person who talks in his class, because he'd like pose a question to the class, right? And then he will wait until the class is over until somebody answers this fucking question. Like,
Right.
I kept answering his questions so that he would fucking move on, because nobody else.
Chemistry teacher?
No, Psych 101.
Oh, Psych 101. Yeah.
Um,
Jesus Christ. Holy crap.
Today in class, he pulls me outside. He's like, "What the fuck did you say to me yesterday?" Like,
Nice.
you know, I just started messing with him. I was like, I don't remember saying anything. What did I say? Like, and
Yeah,
like, why did you do
and-
it? I was like, I don't know. Like,
And you
he's
were
like-
like
I'm really shifty.
you should be like, I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah, I was just like, it won't happen again. But
Next time I'll bring a gun.
Yeah.
Those things.
whatever.
No, yeah.
That dude, he showed up on the first day of class stoned. He didn't even know what day of the week it was.
Teacher?
Yeah,
Teacher? Shit.
he was the head
What
of He was the head of the psychology department.
Was he like what type was he? What was his ENTJ?
Yeah, probably.
ENTJ stoned.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they do get stoned actually. Wow. Yeah,
He was
I know.
hilarious.
I had like ENTP complaining about his INTP complaining about his teacher. He's like, "What do I do about this asshole?" Because apparently there is some like ISTJ guy who went into chemistry. He got into chemistry, and all the INTPs literally come to me in class. They're like, because I'm pretty calm. I'm not like this usually, and they go like, "Dude, I need your help. Like I have this teacher in chemistry class, and he's so similar to your story. He basically says to the guy, he says, fuck, what did he say? He said, fuck. He's like, you know, I'm having problems with my life." And he basically tries to get the whole entire class to answer his problems. And then the guy, you know, in chemistry class, he's always picking on one guy. So he would answer all his questions, same thing. And on the other sense of the word, the guy ends up, he ends up, oh my God, what the, sorry, that was weird. And he basically ends up trying to, oh shit, that's weird. That is really weird. That never happened. Sorry, give me a sec. What the fuck? Okay, and he basically ends up telling him that the guy needs to listen to him because the student got very good grades. But he didn't get good enough grades to get like 90% in class. So he ended up making fun of him and saying like, you know, you should get a 60 because teachers only get 90s. And that was basically it. That's how. And then the guy gets upset, and he's like, "This guy is never acknowledging my work till its fullest, and he's giving me grades in the 60s when I'm supposed to get grades in the 90s. And he's only doing that because he doesn't like my ethnicity, or he doesn't like the idea of how I dress. So he's starting to pick on me." I had a guy come up and tell me that.
So was he doing that to manipulate the teacher, or?
He was doing that because he was complaining about his teacher. Just
Okay.
a story. It's like, yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys ever have this problem, like you try to tell a story, but then you realize how realistic it is that you get bored of your own story that you're telling?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty bad at telling stories.
I see.
So I don't do it. I don't tell jokes either. I stick to one-liners.
Oh, like what? Like, will you be my door? And could I slam you all day long? Or like something like how? What kind?
You're fired.
That's
Ken, pull up some good one-liners. I feel like you have some.
I sort of have to be flown with what's going on, but I know what Spacey's talking about.
Yeah, I'm too tired of
Like
you,
somebody will be talking, will be like, "Well, yeah, imagine that could be your problem," and then just continue talking. But he'll just continue talking like he didn't even just say anything. He'll be like, "So yeah, anyways, just like going on with stuff," and people have to be like, "You just insulted me, didn't you?" And he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Oh, I do that. Oh God, no, that's horrible. Yeah, it's like Onision. It's like go under the table because I'm whimsical and I'm gonna make lots of funny sounds. And guess what? The way that you give blowjobs is the same idea of a Morse code. Oh, what? Oh, I hear frequency. What is it? Oh, it's low vibrational frequency of the whales. Okay, anyways.
I got a question. Is quoting YouTube videos like that, is that FE? Because my brother does that perfectly. He doesn't show it so much. He's like my YouTube library when we don't have access to the internet.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. FE probably is a pretty good copycat function.
Yeah, no, I'm like, what's that joke? Tell me right now.
There's one person that I think he's SEI, which would be kind of like MBTI, ISFJ. I feel like he can do impressions a lot better than I can. It's like he'll hear stuff offline and then he'll start talking like the particular character, and it's like exactly how that person sounds.
Yes.
I could talk, yeah. Like Matthew Satorno. Hey guys, today we're going to be studying this new idea about these people trying to commit suicide in these 10 different types of schools. So let's go on and try to talk about this incident right here. Now oh fuck, okay, I can't do it.
My brother will be able to do accents perfectly. Like, can you give me the Vietnamese one? Not that one, the other one with the phone call when he argues with the Indian wife, and he'll do it both parts perfectly.
Really, yeah. What you doing, boy?
No. You'll think he's a different Asian, but yeah.
Yeah, I could do it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like.
Are you leaving, Audra?
I gotta go. I gotta get a little bit of sleep.
ENTJ, don't be offended. Don't be offended. You seem like a good person. There is. I know of a couple of INTJ friends that are very nice.
Are you talking to Audra?
Yeah,
she's ENTP
yes.
all the way with explosions violating behind her. Freedom.
ENTP.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you said ENTJ, and it's like something behind it wasn't on her face, but something behind
it.
INTJ. I said INTJ, not ENTJ.
Oh,
wait,
well, you're still wrong.
Yeah.
So
either way,
you're
wrong. Yes. Anyway.
I think I need.
All right.
Yeah, I
all right.
Take a couple hours. So
yeah.
I'm on the East Coast.
Early for Sunday morning.
I'm like machine gun yawning.
Anyway.
Oh,
because my brain wants to
Right.
drag me into bed.
The demons are dragging. You're calling.
Let's go TI. Let's try to not get the FE thing going, because I got my own TI library of intellectual development. Comparing to my FE is very low, and I don't like FE that much.
do me a favor and
What do you mean you don't like FE? You're an FE Dom, right?
I know. This is weird. I like being an Einstein. I even have Einstein selfies if you're interested. The same face and everything.
Yeah.
I live two
Not everyone
lives.
agrees. Not everyone agrees that Einstein is even an INTP. I've seen people say he's an ENFP. I've seen people say he's an INTJ.